Hello, dear Capricorn. I'm Jamie Dawn, your revolutionary astrologer, bringing you your January 2022 horoscope. First of all, happy birthday. This is your month. And some of you December Capricorns, happy belated birthday. And here we go. If you have your Capricorn sun, moon, or rising sign, Mercury enters Aquarius on the 2nd, as well as a new moon in your sign on that day. So your second and first house are being really activated. And you may be looking at objective ways in which you communicate to yourself, maybe an unusual thing that you're thinking about with how you value yourself. There's some deeper reevaluation happening with Venus also in your sign, sitting right there on that first house, asking you, what kind of impact do I want to make? Who am I really? And hopefully you're looking at this from the lens of great compassion. I do also feel, Capricorn, many of you are going to have people from your past coming back that you get to decide, do they add value, or does the relationship or the connection with this person line up with my values? Do they bring greater emphasis and energy, as well as freedom, into the things that I want most for myself? You're looking at this 2022 year ahead as how you can truly be successful. This has not been an easy time with Pluto in your sign, and Venus canoodling with Pluto brings a lot of deeper healing, but also deeper transformative things into your own life that you have to surrender to. Some of you Capricorns have been forced to let go of certain people or the things that you value. Maybe there's been some money that you've had to spend. Hopefully you're not doing any major surgeries, cosmetic surgeries, things like that. You don't want to change your look completely with Venus retrograde here, but you may be thinking about ways in which you can do that and setting these intentions of saying, you know what, the last couple of years have been shit for me, or they've just been really hard. And I am now going to turn my attention towards the things that are truly in alignment with me. And this could have you thinking a little selfishly as you begin the month. And that's okay, because remember, in order for you to show up for others, you have to feel really secure about yourself. You have to do the internal work. And that's what the month of January this time should provide you. You may also find that your conversations and connections with others has a more objective view, and that you're looking at it from a resource standpoint of being able to say, okay, if somebody wants to invest in me, is that a good use of my resources? Or how do I help others in a way that allows me to share my resources, my ideas, and they appreciate it? I think appreciation is a big theme for you this month. You're looking for ways in which you can have others express their appreciation for you, but it's going to be you looking at it as, do I appreciate myself? And if I don't, what changes do I need to make? And I would offer, if you can just wait until the end of the month into February, that's a better time for you to actually take the action to create the changes. Use the first part of January, toward maybe even the entire month, to do some planning, to evaluate and really look at your life in general, who you are as this beautiful being that came into this world with their own gifts, and that you want to be successful in just being who you truly are. This is about true intimacy with yourself. And also, Mercury will retrograde on the 14th in your second house, most likely having you deal with some sort of issue about your values, your possessions, your worth. And it doesn't necessarily mean bad when I say issue. It may be that there's conversations that you're having with yourself of saying, I want to achieve the next level of my job. So who do I need to talk to in order for that to happen? Or I want to bring in more clients, or I want to shift out of my current humdrum life and do something completely, totally out of the box different. Now, remember, with Mercury retrograding, there's delays, it's more internal, there's glitches, there's a bit of a fogginess. However, it also makes us more intuitive. And so I would offer that if you're looking at ways to increase your value, think out of the box. Maybe do something in the unusual way, technology, science, innovation, all those things are very Aquarian. Many of you, Capricorns, may explore something like astrology, because that is also Uranus ruled, and it's different and unusual, but it is becoming a little bit more mainstream. So you may find yourself looking at and researching different courses and things like that, and you'll need the resources in order to pay for them. So that's another way this Mercury in Aquarius could be affecting you. And with the retrograding, you may have several conversations and you may not have the answer right away or take the action right away, which is fine. Remember, you know this of anybody. It takes time to build success. It's not necessarily an overnight thing. Most people don't trust overnight successes. Most people question that. And for you, you're not afraid of hard work, especially when Mars enters your sign at the end of the month. And I'll talk about that in just a second. But let's stay with Mercury for one more minute, because when it's retrograde in Aquarius, it's going to invite you to re-examine everything that has taken place in January and leading up to this month. And it offers you an opportunity to reassess your plans and reflect upon your version of reality. Because remember, our perception shapes our view of ourselves, and that's what's mostly active. And you get to reshape yourself. But like I say, not necessarily the time to take the action, but more to go, okay, who am I really? How do I want to show up? And what do I need in order to make that happen so that I can execute it at just the right time? I think the other big theme with this month for you, Capricorn, is about trusting yourself. Trust your intuition. Trust that you have done this work, and Pluto has forced you to transform yourself, and you've been through hell and back literally, and you're ready for whatever challenges may come up. And that if anybody can succeed and push through those challenges, you can. Full moon in Cancer on the 17th, activating your first and seventh house. This may have you releasing a relationship that no longer serves. You may decide that if this relationship has created emotional anxiety and insecurities, that you're going, that's it, I'm done. Or it could have you, if you're in a relationship that feels really solid, it could have you and your partner, or you and an ex that has come back saying, okay, let's let go of the past, because Cancer rules the past and the moon. Let's let go of the past and move forward as a true couple. I sense that many of you Capricorns, this is going to be the case if you're single and the ex comes back. If you're partnered with somebody, you may find that you and your partner are letting go of any past tension, any past feelings of insecurities, especially with Mercury in that second house, because you can talk about from an objective view the resources you need in order to start moving forward again as a solid couple. A few of you may have started dating somebody recently, that this full moon could have you announcing to the world, hey, we're now an official couple. A few of you, a very small few, I feel intuitively, will also use this full moon in Cancer to move in together or establish some sort of home base together. So you may be letting go of your single status or letting go of your home to merge together and be together. Take your time with Mercury retrograde, because there can be delays, there can be confusion around it. Some technology may go awry, where if you're trying to sign a lease together, let's say, you need to read that fine print, or maybe the lease doesn't come through at the right time, that sort of thing. For example, Uranus goes direct on the 18th in your fifth house. So this is why I'm pointing to those of you Capricorns who may have had an ex come back, or there's some sort of love affair. This also has to do with children and self-expression. If you feel like you've repressed or suppressed something, again, example of new relationship with Uranus direct, you may suddenly announce to everybody, hey, we've been dating for a while now and we really like each other, and we're just going to become exclusive, and this is who we are. You may introduce, here's a very direct example. Some of you Capricorns, you may introduce your new partner or your new love interest to your children. That's a beautiful Uranus direct in that fifth house example. January 19th, the sun moves into Aquarius, further emphasizing your second house, giving you more motivation, strength, and energy to become more thoughtful about your values, where you spend your resources, the things that you really want in your life, in order to align with this unusual, independent, gives you some freedom. You know that resources or money, we can deal with money, gives you choices. And so with the sun here, you may be motivated to find ways to make more money because it gives you more choices. The more choices you have, the more resources you have, the more successful you can become. Mars enters Capricorn in your first house. Mars loves being in Capricorn, and this happens on the 24th. And so this may have you, Mars can be a bit combative. So you may have to compete or find some, there may be some combative energy from others who don't necessarily agree with you or necessarily agree with the way you're presenting yourself to them. That's one small piece. But I really feel as though Mars is going to energize you to be seen as somebody who's reliable, somebody who can get shit done. This helps you become that go-to person when there is a challenge or when there is something that is needing to get done, a project, a difficult conversation, maybe there's some travel ahead for you. It could be that you're determined to change yourself and to show others who you truly are. And with Mars and Capricorn here, you're going to stop at nothing to get it done. And this is about, and anybody knows this, you do, this is about achievement and success over time. And because you're ruled by the planet Saturn, you want structure, you want stability. So you're looking at ways so that you can actually do the work internally to strengthen your own sense of stability with who you are, and then offer that as a gift to others. The one thing you'll have to just be careful of is the insensitivity that Mars and Capricorn offers. And I hate to say this, Capricorn, you're given a bad rap that you can be cold or insensitive, when really I see it more as an objective thing, and it is a defense mechanism. So I do feel with Mars here, you may get a little defensive. It can make you easily defensive, or you will have to defend yourself about what you believe or what you value or who you really are. Some people may not agree with it. Here's the rule, or the quote, if you will. Those that matter don't mind, and those that mind don't matter. So you may find yourself in the month of January again, releasing those who just are the naysayers, the criticizers, the ones that put you down and don't see your value and worth. Not such a bad thing. It's sad. I mean, there's always a grieving that goes when you have to release something that you valued and you held tightly to, but you can also know that you will find others lining up with you and wanting to connect with you and be with you and celebrate you. I think that's the other thing. Capricorn, if you have anybody or any work or any situation that doesn't reflect who you truly are, that doesn't celebrate you, it's time to let it go. You cannot carry this shit into the next year. Venus goes direct on the 29th in your first house. If you felt delayed with your finances, if you felt delayed in relationship decisions, if you have started dating somebody and you weren't quite sure if where the relationship was going, or everything was perfect, you may find that Venus direct will now solidify that or reveal to you some things that you didn't know that you need to know. But just know that here in that first house, it may show you that others truly appreciate you and that you can become that beautiful being that you embody. And a lot of that is going to happen because you stay true to yourself. You trust yourself. Many of you, if you've been delayed when it comes to something that helps you to feel beautiful or in harmony with life, with who you are, if you felt delayed or you felt like you had to keep it somewhat behind the scenes, you'll find end of January, end of February, you can release it out into the world. And I just feel like there's a lot of success there because people will see that and they will want more of you. And here's the thing. I say this from a personal standpoint in my belief system, but I believe that the path of service is the greatest path that you could choose to be able to say, I've done all this internal work. Now, how can I offer it to others? And in offering it to others, I can also offer it to myself. Another thing to just put a pin on the map for January, you may be looking at ways in which you need to be open to receive, where others are wanting to celebrate you or give you all the things that you have been giving to them. Please, Capricorn, be open to receive. Give the giver the same pleasure that you would when you're giving to them. All right, Capricorn, I hope this helps. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, and come find me at jamiedawn.com. I look forward to hearing from you. Take care.